Hi guys, how's it in the name of Christ? I hope you're good, I hope you're peachy, I hope you're Stella, and I hope you're in a neat little bunch. It's Garabo. It's your girl Cran K. You know how it is. Amen. So, it's the 17th of November 2023. It's a Friday. I was threatened with a power cut earlier. It wasn't, oh goodness, 1 minute. The power cut was intimidating me, basically threatening me to not work, but there was power. We've got solar panels, but for whatever reason, today we got a power cut. It is likely because there was a power cut for so many hours that it messed with the system. I'm so insecure, but I don't care. Except I do. After all, I did say I'm insecure, didn't I? But it's alright. I'm probably even gonna wear it for exercise. Who cares? God willing. Yes, let's just say that, because we don't know if we're gonna get to work out every day. It is such a stretch to get to exercise. Let me just put some caveats out there. I'm wearing application makeup, I believe. Yeah, I'm never really sure if I'm gonna wear it. So every so often it bounces off my face. If that's the case, have mercy on me. Secondly, my captions are not always accurate. They are auto-generated by CapCut and I don't have time to edit them. One day's one day though, so look out for that. They're also irreverent. Every so often they use a small G for God, and that's not okay. I might have a speech lag a little bit later on. It's cooler in the day now, so my phone is not giving me that much grief, but we'll see what happens. And I have found a way around my silence detector, so no more issues with words being cut out. Amen. Righto. Guys, look at my face. Like, yo, you can't deny what you can't deny, you know? And the exercises that I'm using, it's only been like a couple of days. And check out the fat in my cheeks. I can't even say that enough. It's not fat, it's muscle. It's like getting buff, but for the face. You know, leg muscles, but for the face. It's like getting thicker thighs, but for the face. Like, I've got so much of it. I got like a free facelift, like every day. And when I smile, it kind of hurts because I'm actually working out my face muscles. So yeah, hallelujah. And amen. I will likely be doing one little bit of an edit in the background, as not in the background, while we talk. So please, like, have mercy on me looking anywhere other than at you. It's cause time is of the essence and I don't have it. Alright? Anywho, guys, let's just get straight into the point. I'm tempted to just pause over here, do these edits, and then like come back and just finish. 1 minute. Okay, we're here now. Yeah, I can focus, even though I don't really know what I want to say. I'm under attack, you guys, under a lot of spiritual war. But we'll deal. I can't wait for my face to come back, my complexion to come back. Today's day 1. If you watched my videos from yesterday, you will know that I discovered that this face cream that I'm using is lightening my face to a point of, like, I don't like it. Yeah, it's making my skin lighter and I don't like that. Not brighter, just lighter, as in shades lighter, not my natural skin tone. Look at that. Yes, I also have a white cast sunscreen on right now, so it's really gonna show. But even when I removed the sunscreen, it's all intense, so I can't wait for my skin to come back. But I don't know how long it's gonna take, but like whatever, that's not even what I'm trying to talk about right now. It's so hot. Whoa. What is yeah, I'm under a lot of attack, like, guys, yes, like, you know, the abandonment of my person by everybody has given people bravery, like bravado. It's made insistence a thing, where my life is concerned. Like, it's made some pretty shoddy men, like, just keep on being like, but you don't have anybody, but you don't have anything, but this, but that, and it's like, you're disgusting, you know? Yo, guys, witchcraft, like, I don't know, like, I can't, you know, never mind me not being able to, but it's just the amount of demonic possession that a person walks in is out of this world, and I don't understand why I have to be subjugated to the tyranny of persistent witches. Like, I mean, yeah, yo, can we talk about something else? Like, I just, you know, I just want to talk about something else, and I don't even know what that something else is. I'm exhausted. I just keep getting These dreams, oh. I keep getting these dreams. I keep seeing people just trying and trying and trying. And for me, it's Joe, never mind the repeats, but the silent treatment. Like what is this? Like, barely perused my content, right? I'm struggling to get anywhere. Because of a myriad of things, God has allowed that to be a thing. My body is so flat. Goodness, God, give me grace, okay? But the thing about these witches is they're cowards. These people who do witchcraft, they're cowards. They try to achieve something and then they surveil. Like, this guy from the US, I don't know what he expects. Like, oh yeah, no, actually I do know. I keep getting dreams of me going groveling, begging. Like, help me, help me. What the heck? Yeah, over and above it, just give me HIV. I beg you, come and fertilize my eggs and us be really scared to see if the baby is gonna be born positive or negative. Let's just try anyway, because nobody else loves me. He's hoping that that's gonna happen. Is my nose nasally? Why would I be nasally? That's the thing. Like, there's just so much abuse. I just keep getting, like, randomly sick. Whatever. Now that I'm talking, I can it's like this, look, you know, my nose is blocked, but it's not. I'm just tired. I'm just exhausted. I'm really exhausted. I am. Ladies, go listen, go watch my video called, ooh, where shall I go? Apparently, I am as good as dead, but my plumping cheeks speak a different volume. Go to that video and watch it, and especially the last part. It's only like 18 minutes long or whatever. I explained to you how in the world I got my face looking like this. Like, look at my cheeks, like the guys. I'm plump. Yeah, I don't really know what else to talk about. Like, yeah, I'm exhausted. Satan and Jay all over the show. Not what I'm trying to do. We're not doing it. Like, what? People are trying to get me to commit suicide. Like, I don't know how many times I can say that. You are the ones that signed your souls over to the devil, not me. I'm not subjugated to the tyranny of weakness, to entities that convince people to jump. You know, I feel like I just need to maybe expand on this. I keep dreaming about a Ricky Rick phenomenon. A Ricky Rick phenomenon, like pretty much Ricky Rick and his wife, his wife Bianca. You know how Ricky Rick went and committed suicide in the middle of being a dad and a husband? Yeah. I keep dreaming about that repeating on a loop, like over and over. And over again. Not just Ricky Rick, but who's that guy? Snitchy Stitch, Twitchy Stitch, whatever. Some dude in the US that used to be part of the Step Up crew. He was on So You Think You Can Dance, and then he was on Step Up, one of the Step Up movies. He also, like, you know, he committed suicide in the middle of like a wife and children. I keep dreaming about Stitchy Twitch, that guy, and I forgot his name. Okay. And Ricky Rick, just a theme that keeps repeating at the top of my mind. Husbands that commit suicide in the middle of wives and children. You know, the way that women are so unsupportive of me. Y'all don't know what in the world and heaven is coming. Like, witchcraft is a widow maker, guys. It's a widow and a widower maker. Because these people become such menaces to society that ultimately, given that they don't want to stop what they're doing, God ultimately hands them over to their demons. And these demons, given that they're like, you know, a sublet of their leader, the devil, all they can do is steal, kill, and destroy. So when entities are done with you, when entities are finished using you for whatever purpose, if the Lord gives them permission, they kill you in your sins. They just finish you off. They just finish you off. You use them, you dance around with them, dilly-dallying in these streets, hopping up and down like a bunny rabbit and a kangaroo. And then next thing, you commit suicide. People who are involved in the occult are so very incredibly susceptible to suicide. It's only because demons are users and abusers, and when they're done using you, if God will give them permission, they will drive you to death. They will drive you to grab a noose Those things that you use to sign contracts with blood to get your way, to get you whatever you need. The Lord is the one that says, this person has become too much of a menace and he won't leave my children alone. Top of that, he's busy with other people who don't know me. He's just laying waste. We are devastated, Tanje. So, like, take him out. Take him out. Wicked people suddenly disappear. And like I said, men who are, not just men, women too. But I'm seeing it as a bit of an issue with men at this present moment. I'm seeing a Ricky Rig / Twitchy Stitch, whatever his name was, phenomenon where men are out here going to hotels to bust a bullet into their brains. Men waiting for their wives to go shopping only to then be found hanging like a pendulum, swinging on a noose. Another one that God keeps showing me as a phenomenon as double HP. Just these guys that get tired somewhere along the way with whatever is bugging them. Witchcraft makes people depressed. It does not make anyone happy. It doesn't. Because these people end up losing so very much. They lose friends, they lose family, they wake up and realize that, no, I'm sorry, we're not doing this. Like, it's not that nice actually. I have what I wanted, I've acquired. Look at me being an acquisition boss. But I don't have what I want. I don't have what I need. Absent of witches repenting, they die very miserable. Very, very miserable. They die diseased and miserable. And another issue that I am being shown, Kabaloi, is an epidemic of HIV, Ngulaza, that came into their lives only because they became witches. Like if they had stayed, whatever, just worldly, carnal, but without witchcraft, sorry, they wouldn't have contracted HIV. They contracted it because they're made to do rituals with sex. They're made to do sex rituals. And they think that because it's witchcraft, somehow they are safe. Goodness, even porn stars are safer when it comes to contracting HIV than witches. I was listening to the testimony of some like porn lady that got out of the darkness, and she explained how super careful and how super clean and how super pedantic the porn industry is because of regulation, especially in countries like the US, because of regulation and what is this, the never mind World Health Organization, but the Center for Disease Control, yeah, like rules concerning the porn industry. The particular actors and actresses therein have got to take an HIV test every like window period that passes. Every time before they do a scene, they've got to test weeks in advance and test again to make sure that they're negative before they can do whatever they need to do. And that if anybody tests positive is the end of their like porn career, they cannot continue to do it. They have to be clean of all different kinds of STDs in regulated porn, not the kind that is done really in the black market, nobody cares type thing. This lady who had gotten redeemed out of that industry spoke about how super careful they have to be, that even though they sleep with a whole bunch of people, it is a deal breaker and a career destroyer to turn up HIV positive, apparently. Yeah, I was surprised when she said that. I was like, yo, it all just seems so careless up in that monster joint. But it doesn't justify anything. You know, I can see why the Lord has not allowed for there to be a cure for HIV, because if there were, people would just keep reinfecting themselves and just going on right ahead and taking the flu, the pill, just like the common cold. They would be even more careless. Like, yeah, sexual immorality would ramp up even more if there was a cure for HIV, because people would be more and more careless. So some venereal diseases just can't, like, proper, they have got to be a permanent stamp of judgment on sexual immorality. Like, they've got to handle people permanently, because human beings learn, unfortunately, with a rod on their back. That's just so uneasy. Like, the Lord allowed for HIV to have a treatment that was you know, that would prolong people's lives and make sure it's no longer a death sentence, but he has absolutely refused, at least as at current, to let it have a cure, because if at all it got a cure, there would be no end to what human beings will do with their sexuality. Look, even with this disease still thriving, how people are so irresponsible, how much worse would they become? Because here it is that the porn industry is priding itself in having like clean bills of health out of people that are like sexual deviants. Yeah, anyway, so the porn industry is a lot more sterile, it appears, than the occult. Yeah, based on that chick's testimony, the porn industry is a lot more sterile than the occult, because occult people don't take such precautions, apparently, from what God shows me. You think that because it's a ritual and it is the supernatural thing, you're just ubiquitously covered from whatever might be the ramifications that other people endure when they partake in irresponsible sexual activity. Just because it's a ritual, you think that you're not going to get trichomoniasis, you think that you're not going to get gonorrhea, the clap. You think that you're not going to suffer from HPV, HIV, oral, genital and oral herpes. Like, you think that all of these things, these warts, all of these menacing diseases, are some you're exempt as an industry. But you see, that's just the thing. When people go into porn, they know they could get AIDS. But when they go into the occult, they think it is a get-rich-quick scheme and a cure-all scheme. A get everything you want. Like, just without having to work for it. So therefore there must of course be no misfortune that can come out of this, until they test for HIV one day and they're positive and they wonder, but how do I get HIV? And it just so happens to be from a person that you had to have sex with in order to get your breakthrough, in order to get your job, your promotion, your whatever. You out here doing a sex ritual, and the rules of that ritual is that there can be no protection, otherwise there is no contract that is finalized, that is sealed. That's just how the devil deceives. You're sleeping with an HIV positive guy and you imagine that just because it's a ritual you're not gonna get AIDS. There are so many people that are all up in my particular grill that are trying to destroy my future and my life, because upon joining the occult they had to do a sex ritual to seal the deal. And while they might have gotten their business tender, while they might have gotten their job promotion, they also got out of there with a like nice little, you know, box with a ribbon on it called HIV. And they're like, but like ganjani. Well, I mean, look, if you have sex with an HIV positive person, you are highly likely going to get HIV, whether or not it's a demonic ritual. Yeah, so and a lot of them bakudisitswe, never mind sexual proclivities of an irresponsible nature. They just went on right ahead to have sex just for the sake of getting jobs. Not like a woman that sleeps her way up the corporate ladder, but like a person that does a sex ritual just to get a job. Just to get a job. That's different from the lady that is a little bit of her company bicycle that every guy rides, and so she becomes an executive. Yeah, she might be a little bit more careful than the guy who does a ritual just to become a pastor with lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of parishioners, congregants coming through to their particular church to get miracle water. Yo, guys, yes, in a lot of also these fake pastors all over the show gotta maintain their nonsense by duping innocent women in the congregation, by bringing them into their circles as prayer warriors and then just sleeping with them, separating them from their husbands. And these men don't use protection, so they just like spreading this disease amidst wives that then take it to husbands, all in the name of prosperity, because that's how they maintain or upkeep the thing that they're doing. I've got a clean bill of health dealing with men in the occult that contracted HIV precisely because of their involvement in the occult. They might have actually survived the HIV if they were more like porn stars, but even though you're a sexual deviant sleeping around with all of Johannesburg, you nonetheless get a test done on you every 3 weeks, seeing as you're always just messing up sexually. Yeah, porn stars are more responsible than occult practitioners with sex. Not that responsibility with sex is anything really to write home about unless it is chastity in Christ. There is no such thing as being sexually responsible unless you are abstinent before marriage. That's the only sexual responsibility. But this world has got its own standards that it runs with, and it's trying to kill Christians because we got it. We understood. And now, like, people are trying to slip into my hand, my life, no matter what. Bakula. Because that's just the thing about sickness, about these venereal diseases in 2023. Thanks to medical technological advancements, people can live pretty healthy, thriving lives in spite of having some permanent chronic illness in their bodies because they're busy popping pills. And my thing with that is, you know, great, at least you get a life extension. But like, if I don't want to be with a man that's HIV positive, I don't want to be with a man that's HIV positive. I don't want to be with a man that's HIV positive. Like, if I don't want a sick guy, I don't want him, whether or not he looks sick, because I kept myself with a clean bill of health. Why must I settle now for a guy that is going to present to me the medical statistics of 2023 to explain to me why it's not even so dangerous for me to be with a guy that's positive? Yo. That same person would not have contracted the disease if he was not a sexual deviant. Like, you destroy your lives, and then you want to go and put a woman that has stayed celibate for over a decade, 12 years, on PrEP. You want to put me on chronic medication to reduce my likelihood of contracting HIV by making me understand why you and I make sense together. And nobody's gonna love me like you. I stayed celibate for 12 years and so nicely avoided your nanngolazaya ding. And then I gotta just grab some dude that's gonna put me on meds when I'm not sick, just so I don't get his disease. Y'all, I get to choose. Like, pestilence is a judgment of the world in the last days. HIV is a pestilence, and it is a judgment on human beings for sexual immorality. Therefore, it is entirely unfair and also like kind of a travesty to expect that a woman that has avoided that pestilence because of holding on to Jesus to now take a dude with it, because apparently we all just gotta love one another and not judge one another for one another's illnesses, because this is the earth. I went out of my way to make sure I don't contract HIV. I had an earlier life that was irresponsible, and I got saved on time to start being responsible. And now people who went on right ahead and carried on in their miry ways after I gave my life to Christ, following having 2 years down the line, 3 years, 4, 5, contracting HIV after I gave them the gospel, then I want to knock on my door on some come on baby, let's talk. And the only reason why they're even talking that way is because my life sucks. I am going nowhere, it appears. I am doing nothing, it also appears. I have got no way out, it therefore appears. And so for those reasons, I must not just take a guy, having been celibate for like a decade, .2, with his HIV, 2 ex-wives, children, some of which he's not even taking care of, because I'm suffering. Whew. Yeah, talk about abandonment by God. Talk about a God that could not care less what's going on with me. Talk about a God that is gonna make a woman wait 12 years to end up married to an HIV positive father of many, some of whom he's not taking care of, with 2 ex-wives, some of the kids of which he did not even declare to me, because he knew that I had a thing about men who are like Nick Cannon. Men like these feel entitled to me. Men like these feel entitled to rock up and tell me they'll wear a condom, they'll go on PrEP, they'll take their ARVs, they'll put me on some other medication so I don't contract their disease, because baby, I can love you. Do I not look like I'm loved by Jesus? Do I not look like I have a whole bunch of love? At this point, are there no evidences displaying that obviously I am covered by the God of the universe? Is there nothing at all that is dropping a hint in your general direction that I am loved? Does it look like there's nothing going on? Do I look so incredibly just abandoned, so forsaken, that I just obviously gotta just take whatever comes? Is there nothing at all that's creating an alternative case for me? Come on, let's just get like ever so slightly honest. Let's do that, just slightly. It doesn't have to be too deep. 1 minute. Let's get ever so marginally honest and ask that very question, you guys, as to whether or not, okay, there is anything at all that hints that I am loved, like deeply, just incredibly catered to. Are there no hints? Are there no signs or wonders around, seeing as a wicked and a perverse generation seeks after a sign. Being as wicked and as perverse as you are you finding no signs? Nah, come on, like I get to ask a question with my shirt that I'm very insecure about because it's so old and worn out. Is there nothing at all that can discourage people from continuing to poke and prod away at me? Because you see, if I had everything I needed in this world, if I was okay, if I was working, thriving, kicking it and killing it, a lot, if not all, of these people that are persistent where I'm concerned, they would not be trying with me. Bazama vele vele because of my impoverished state, my conditions, my situation. They're trying only because I am in this position. But I'm gonna, beg the question, is there nothing at all of me that oozes the same repelling force that an independent woman working her buttock off in corporate South Africa, not needful of support by any random man? Oh goodness gracious. There's those power cuts. Batung. Yeah? On and off and on and off. My computer just switched off again. Like, what in the world? I don't imagine I'm gonna be able to work out today. I don't know why this is happening. But at least my phone is still working. However, in spite of my cell phone device working, my computer, you can tell with the fact that there's no, there's less shine on the face. My computer can't take this. So I guess I'll talk and then I won't work out. Like, I need stability. I need stability. Like, what's going on? Where's Alang? Whatever, look, let's just carry on talking. The light that I had coming this way from my computer's gone, and now it's all dull in the ecosystem over there. But it doesn't matter, it's fine. We'll live, we'll survive. I'm not going to switch on my computer only for it to switch off again. I'll turn it on when I'm done talking here. Because I don't know what's going on with this on and off situation with the electricity. Yeah, I think it's like a neighborhood issue. Like some issue with provision of electricity, and it's been messing all day with the power. And so the box out there has not charged yet, so we're kind of reliant on South Africa's electricity, given that the power was dead all week, not all week, all day, and the thing did not charge properly. It also was not a very hot day, so solar power is running low. I don't know, whatever, who cares? Let's just talk and finish Lana. Fitting this discussion. Is there nothing that's oozing independent women? Like something that makes it such that men who are sick and so feel like, Karabo, you're poor, let me just take care of you. Is there nothing that's repelling? Is there nothing on me that's a little bit of a spray at doom? Is there no Morteen target? Because there are certain women that you would not even try to do this to. Because they're strong and there's people around them. And you're gonna get dissed, you're gonna get told where to get off, it's gonna like erode away, file down at your ego. Is there nothing at all of me that dwells richly in these members that suggests or hints that I very potentially might have something like that in me? Is there nothing that's a repeller? Is there nothing on me that says you tata my chance, land? I switched on my computer at the back anyway, it's going on. I can't exercise without my computer operating. Joe, just the eavesdropping in this place is out of this world. I can't stand it. Anyway, yeah, look, if I can't work out, it's okay. Like, it's Friday. It is what it is. I don't know what's going on with South Africa, but this issue should eradicate itself. Ultimately, like, eventually they will have electricity for longer than just 5 seconds, and then it'll thoroughly charge that thing outside. It's women, like, you will never know what it's like to be me. We all grew up in the same ecosystem, more or less treated a particular way by our environment of men. And then you put me in a position to be demanded fraternization, reciprocity from by some of the scummiest, crummiest, grimiest men on the earth. You will never know what it's like. Only because you are pretty in lowliness as a woman. The level of exploitation that I have endured is just astronomical. Like, these guys, bang patla ke sa ba batle, ke ba jweditse hore ke right, ke tseba hore ba kula, ke tseba hore ba na le ngolaza. Like, I know they're HIV positive, ke tseba hore ba lawyer. I know they're into witchcraft. I know they're witches. I know they're sick in their bodies. I know they've got multiple ex-wives, children all over the show. some of whom they're not taking care of. I mean, men with these stats. Men with these stats. Men with these stats. There are certain buggers that would never ever ask some of y'all out just cause in Jefela you've got a particular life and a lifestyle. Bayazi, ukuthi some women are just a long shot. That if they tried their hand with such females as these, Baya Foster. There are men who thoroughly comprehend that there are certain kinds of women that they should not even bother themselves to try and ask out. So some of y'all don't know what it's like ukushelwa kabuhlungu kanje nangamadoda afufurileng. We're taking men that are finished off. Like life has just consumed them whole. Mafufura fela, that's all that's left. Yeah, I mean, there are women that sleep na mafufura. Do you understand? There are women that marry mafufura. There are women that come home bajola le mafufura. There are like Dibo Todisha Bean Queen, like chicks in Jafela that are busy scanning using a metal detector at the beach for any kind of metal, scratching the floor in Jafela for anything about guy dobang, type of people to, you know, dig out trash and eat something from dustbin. There are women like that. And when you look at these women, bajwang bona self, kiriboto, bafukuteile, bafufurile. In and of themselves, these women, there's nothing left nabo, bafufurigile self. Baraldi puza face, their lips are black from too much marijuana and cigarettes. Whatever it is about Tsubang, anyway. Like live voice it deep udla tsuba cigarette, the 12 hours, like we're taking a 20 pack a day. Tapa chikwa maswa like a yellow. Her eye whites are yellow. Cause there's not enough iron in her blood. There's just not enough vibrancy, no vitamin C. There's not enough proper food in her system. So everything is just type of lady. So I was saying koka seeing apere a wife beater, like some top and just like that's stringy. But her breasts are pendulous. They're coming down to her waist and she's not wearing a bra and you can see the nipples through it. And her skin is like different skin tones. You can't tell which one she was born with because she's always in the sun, never using sunscreen. And she doesn't even mind showing cleavage that is that pendulous, like a cleavage that is that pendulous. No stickies on her breast, no bra, nothing. She just walks around like that. Like type of chick and just fella like a guy. Most rating at a fella, I look like a keep. And a dude, any guy's like, hello my sister, and she's like, hi Unjani, smiling like Sebo, to saying sis nang lino, Samushela, wa shelecha. Eh, the kinds of men that are all up in my grill are the kinds of men that tend to hit women like those. They tend to get some from ladies like those in the hood. They're just kind of like loitering these streets and are prepared to sleep with a guy in Jefela just cause like that's actually how this guy from the US contracted HIV. It was some woman that he imagined that he could just call up like a cuddy buddy, like someone that he could just call up when he wanted to get some, because she was always just giving some to everybody. He went and slept with a woman like that without a condom, got HIV, wondered how in the world did that happen to me. And now the kinds of men that shella those kinds of girls, the kinds of girls that have been around, they're free to everybody, but mahala to everybody. Like everybody can get some insofar as they talk to them nicely. Yeah, I got men like those easily imaginative that I might just potentially end up in that league of females because I have nothing. You don't know what it's like persistently to a point of even coming to knock on your door, throwing stones on your window by the local Seboto that's always sleeping with other local Seboto chicks. But because you talked to him one time when you were walking back from the store, he's now obsessed with the fact that he can upgrade with you. He is obsessed with the fact that you gave him attention for 5 seconds when you were literally temporarily insane. In and of yourself, you were temporarily insane. It's the only reason you spoke to him. And now he's trying to holler at you. I got men with such bad stats looking at me, trying to convince me to be with them because all they're looking at is my environment. All they're looking at is my poverty, the lack of love that I'm endured under. And I'm like, really? Do I not look loved? Is there nothing at all that is giving daddy's little girl? Is there nothing at all that's giving highly successful? Is there nothing at all that's giving out of my league? Is there nothing at all that's giving heck no, she would never look at me? Is there nothing at all oozing out of me that would make such men, as predictably has been the case in history, to like not even try? Admire from a distance. On some men, what would I give to be the kind of man that would get the kind of woman that's like that? Is there nothing oozing out of me that's giving out of my league? Cause for the life of me, women, your abandonment of me has made me with a resolve, a hope a bright-eyed and bushy-tailedness in their step, an anticipation that it is entirely feasible for the day to arrive when I will see where they're coming from. I'm a daughter that I am aware are HIV positive, aware have got a whole bunch of ex-wives, even just one, aware but busy still making babies out here with women they're not making honest women, aware of indaba ukuthi ababhadali nepapgeld, they're not paying child maintenance, aware of taba ya hore motho hana le mosebetsi. Like, guys, the dude from the US is not even employed, he doesn't even have a job, no security, he's a hustler, and he wants to go and grab a woman that is already suffering. Alo motlhokomela anta busy apanda. A man that finds himself in jail, he's a criminal. He's a criminal. Like, this bugger has his type of woman. There are women that would be happy to take whatever he has to offer them. And he thinks it's possible for me to be brought down to that level where I will see swallowing medication. Guys, like, I don't have AIDS. I can have HIV. That is thoroughly imaginative of the fact that in spite of my clean bill of health, that I will feasibly embrace in my step with all this going on for me, just for the sake of nyerato, just for the sake of lerato, just for the sake of being able to say, this is my husband, Tom. That are so obsessed with that title, with the fact just to be able to say, this is my husband said this, my husband said that, just so I can get to say my husband. 2 ex-wives, HIV, do you understand? And on top of that, one lawyer in a because I'm poor. And my thing is there nothing in that bugaboo that is gauging me as somebody that is entirely, exquisitely, wholeheartedly, voluminously, and violently out of his league? Is there nothing even in my poverty? Guys, and as for women, I shem naze nangi lahlela manzina shisayo. Yo, lang tatlela di botong lang kutla, lang pe mohara kasi, lang ketsa trifina. Lanketsa trifina nawa ko kasi, guys. Lanketsa chicheria go koma every guy ofitang hana le koloi beneng ho betere. Mara insofar as I can smilela, alright, all she's looking for is validation, not even true protection, care, all the things that a man can provide, can cater to. Like, type of chick ndefela within 3 days of meeting a guy, sale ko rumung komrawa ntlu yang khono what job getting humped. Ke situation and nabang peileng yona mo yona eo, where it is that not tshwantse ke lo qoma any guy nje fela fetang mo strateng, and then after 3 days on some like bug ridden bed ko rumung at the back of Nkgono's house, I'm busy having sex with some guy because one rat or he's spoken sweet nothings to me. Women like those got daddy issues, we get it. Women like those got no love issues, like they live in ecosystems where it is that they have not been shown their value, their worth as women. And so bati ala wanje fela hore ba tsawe ke ntho engwe le engwe fitlang mo strateng mona. Is there anything in me that is giving no, like, what is this? Like an awareness? Is there anything that's giving an awareness of one's self-worth? Is there anything in me that's giving no love from family? Is there anything in me that's giving self-respect? Am I not oozing something that can be a successful repellent to men like these? Like, I'm just curious, because like proper guys, money cannot be the only thing that gives men that level of freaking bravery. There's gotta be more. There has literally got to be more that would render men at least not dumb. Like, please, can we, like, at least to gauge no mali uguti still not in my league. Is there any other barometer by which these men measure whether or not a woman is feasible to pursue? I'd like to know, because I find it wholeheartedly irresponsible to be pursued by men that are entirely out of my league. Like, they don't even come close to what under heaven it is that would make sense to pursue me, and yet bayangifuna, and again, they could not give a rat's a fat behind if I know that they're sick. They don't care that I have a spiritual gifting where I see all their witchcraft. That nyabona abo baby mama that they have not declared to me. This guy in the US only came forward with 2 kids, but the Lord showed me he's got many more. He's like Nick Cannon that he's not taking care of. Yeah. Like, a man like that literally meets a woman that's been celibate, chaste in Christ for 12 years, clean bill of health, have not had sex in 12 years, no children, no divorce, no ex-husband, nothing, just a clean slate. And then rocking up with those kinds of stats. There was nothing that warded him off on some, I know this is trying too hard. Like, that man, his statistics in comparison to mine might as well be like Ikesha, Eshela, Itigini Chichilasa High School. Like, he might as well be that. Come on, you can't tell me that ain't true. This guy might as well be like one who is out here, like proper, driving around with an old Toyota Corolla outside of a high school, pursuing some girl that he just finds so attractive. And because one time at the store, when she was buying bread, she spoke to him. He now thinks it's okay for him to just loiter her high school, have her around, and on some, come on, baby, let's talk. I can give you money. I can proper. That's exactly what this guy's like. That's exactly what these men are like. These guys, but in the occult, bang patlang high and low, that are gonna end up like Ricky Rick. Yeah, no. Like, they're exactly like old men, little middle-aged men, or even guys in their late 20s, asking high school girls out, taking for granted that their parents don't give them enough pocket money, that mama was stingy, papa was stingy, oba fafela 5 rand for take 5. Or like 100 rand allowance a month. That's all that this girl gets. Or she's frustrated by the parents' lack of provision, but not lack of provision, but stinginess in terms of allowance. However, this girl is eating every day. She has a bed to sleep in at night. That's what's good, right? She has free Wi-Fi at her home where she stays. Plus, there's also free Wi-Fi at school. She's got like an iPhone. She's got all these like wonderful toys. Her parents buy her clothes. Her parents buy her food. She has everything she needs. The only disquieting thing is that her parents are stingy like no man's business because they only give her 100 rands for allowance for the month. So can't just go to see the movies with her friends. She has to pass it up because again I'm mali. She can't just, you know, buy whatever she wants. She cannot like even save because there's not enough money. When she wants to try some skincare vitamin C cream because she saw an advert on TV, I know she can forget about it. She will only atase aquas cream that the mother bought, and that's all that she's getting. So I mean, she's got miserly parents. That's unfortunate. Her parents are out here lambasting her with just 100 megabucks for allowance, but she's eating. She can do whatever she wants. She can swim in the swimming pool at home if she wants. She's got everything she needs, just not everything she wants. She's got everything she needs, just not everything she wants. Because her parents are like hella stingy. And then, because of that, I saw it happen a lot when I was in high school. Because of stingy parents with like a crazy allowance, giving children barely anything at all to like just they scraping through. Banababat. Yeah, these girls then end up dating these older guys, these university guys, these older working guys in corporate South Africa. You're in high school and you're busy getting picked up by some dude, everybody underestimating you, everybody looking at you like you're a whore at school, all the school kids, all the girls in school looking at you like, yo, fast Mbali, yo, Mbali's this, Mbali's that. Every year there's a new guy picking her up with a big car because Mbali has everything she needs at home but not everything she wants. Mbali wants designer clothes when her mom only buys her Mr. Price. And so Mbali cannot some dude that is like, what is this, working his first job in corporate South Africa even though she's just 15. Yeah, I saw what happened when I was in high school. That's what's good. And we always look down on those girls. We always look down on them because it was like, girl, come on. Yeah, at some point you get spent as a girl like that, don't you? By men who have seen so much more than you, who have slept with women twice your age, men who have perused these streets. When then as Mbali you end up HIV positive at just 17. When as Mbali you end up pregnant at matric. When then as Mbali high school now, first year university, everybody already knows your reputation before you even start living your life. Like, stuff happens to girls like those. And so there is a good reason why we are told to just avoid older guys, even though our parents are hella stingy. So men that look at women that are viable with bright futures, however temporarily just kind of, you know, in some hard times, gunzima, like cash flow is a little bit issuesome. There's like an issue with liquidity all up in this woman's life. However, she's fat. Like, she's proper eating every day. She's healthy. She's got blueberries in her diet. Her skin is popping because her mother took her to a dermatologist even though the mother refused, for crying out loud, to buy her those pairs of shoes. She's good. Like, she's sound. Alright, demwaling. Hey. but Mbali wants more. Well, I mean, like, goodness, I've never been in Mbali, okay? Ever. I've never been in Mbali. When I was in school, I found them disgusting. Baby Jake Matlala, that boxer, used to live in the south of Johannesburg, and he was always ogling and salivating after girls who Sir John High. I was among them every couple of weeks when I would be walking towards the taxis. That little bagagabukuzwane would stop and slow down school uniform. He could have been in his 30s and he was busy hollering at high school girls. He had been through a whole bunch of chicks from Glen Vista High, a whole bunch of chicks from Mondio, from Sir John, that would let him. But others were like, ew, he had a reputation. Imagine being a man in your late 20s, early 30s, like being spoken about in high schools. Like he had a reputation of Baby Jake in high schools. In my school, he was being spoken about by girls on some this guy. Such men are disgusting, but unfortunately there are women who like accommodate that. I guess it is upon being spoiled by women who accommodate that level of insanity in men that then these men feel entitled to other kinds of girls that don't. Well, men, I'm here to let you know, I've never been in Mbali. I rather was the girl that always looked down on Mbali. I was the girl that would always wag her head on some all judgmental. Yeah, when I was on the come up at Mbali, I was the girl that looked down on Mbali and thought she was a whore. And I was the girl that ultimately got to look back at Mbali when now she was in first year, or when now she was working her first job, and was like, ooh, okay, look, you turned out like exactly what under heaven it is that you work on skolong. Khale, these guys in Tebago ride like a horse, and it's never gonna stop. Now look at you looking all emaciated and out of high school. Who in the world loses so much weight out of high school? Usually we gain weight because our skinniest years are in high school. But when you're all scrawny, when you're all walking around like kiss-kissy, barely recognizable, your skin sinking in, looking all sallow in the club, girl, unless you have some kind of an eating disorder, like Baby Jake got to you, didn't he? Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. I've never been that girl. I've always been the sweetie. I've always been the me and my boyfriend siyakhomba. Never once have I ever dated a guy on a driver's license never, like proper never. I was the one that ended up teaching my boyfriend how to drive, and he got a driver's license ever. I guess like when I was a kid. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, but now I'm being looked at by dudes ba batlang go nketsa cheria bathong passenger. Are you serious? Ke bile nna ke ipupile ke shapile for mo front seating with a guy taking care of all of my needs, and I guess bicycle himself find out whether he's HIV positive or not, because now I'm being catered to. Kinds of guys to bully women into having sex with them without a condom because he knows he knows this chick is like proper, like groveling, begging. I'm not that girl. But you see, unfortunately, these guys have never ever gained a level of education to understand that just because a chick is struggling financially or does not have everything she wants, that she will just settle for whatever. So these guys, these men that are salivating outside of my life, they are exactly properly like 100% and unfeasibly so too. Like high school girls, they like, you know, older guys, either in their 20s or 30s, maybe even 40s, loitering, hovering around high schools, trying to get with girls in school uniform. Perverts. Because that's what I've been reduced to. A child that is like heavily dependent, 100% dependent on a stingy parent. A stingy parent. I mean, that was my life when I was in school. It was so frustrating. My mother was the type like allowance 100 rand a month. That is like a true whole story. Yeah. Even in 1998, that was nothing. Okay? That's what's good. Yeah. I had a stingy mother. Stingy, stingy, stingy. If I did not make lunch for myself in the mornings when I would go to school, I would go hungry, or of course eat from my friends. Yeah, because my mom never used to give me pocket money enough for me to buy my own, like, something from tuck shop, a little bit of a hot dog. Yeah, I had a stingy parent. She would give me just enough to take taxis back home. Just enough. Like proper. The taxi palama nearly 250 to go to Brie, and 250 to go to from Brie to Alberton, and my mom would give me 5 rands. I'm not kidding you. She would give me 5 rands because in the mornings I was dropped off. But in the afternoon, like, Papa, nang fa 5 rand. And if she gave me 10 bucks, she would expect me to use it over 2 days. Ne ke sa thole carry. Do you understand what I'm saying? Ne ke like kopa di 200 from my friends. I was annoying that way. And they could like get these sandwiches to my friends because ne ke sana nako ya yetsa sandwich. That's what's good. Cause I always used to wake up too late. That was me in school. I've always had a very miserly mother that had always just pinched her budget. But at home, nigga gimba, I had enough food. I had a bed to sleep in. I had everything I needed. I just did not have everything I wanted. So did I go minanyo chola raf? No, I just bothered my friends baba kopa di 2 randa, di 5 randa. Ne ke nantse ke kopa di chelete that I never paid them back. I guess this is their punishment of me now. Karabo, since you never paid me back my over the whole course of high school, unkolota 250 randa. So let me just destroy your career. Let me destroy your whole future, and that, you know, then we're even, girl. Maybe that's how my friends are thinking. On the sandwiches that you ate, Karabo, all of my bread mazimba aka kaofela le makitiba ko reketseng ona, in exchange for ona kaofela girl na ke tlo tsaya career ya gago, ke tlo tsaya the bonga off your back, ke tlo tsaya koloi, ko tsaya monna le bana, girl, cause you drained me of in totality out of all of high school of 250 bucks. Ne ke like kopa di 2 rand and ne ke sa di patale back cause how am I gonna pay it back? Marka Alistine Shiso. Mara nake jwala le baby Jake Madlala, that never happened. Ona tlong fa 250 say 5 in 1 week. Yeah. Hona hore ke lo jwala le bot madlesa ikehla. Ebathong when I was in grade 9, I had this friend that I used to walk to the taxis with. Every day she would buy me KFC because yana nagata oja KFC. So I've been fed by friends, that's what good, but never by some lover boy. Angaze mina ngifepwa ngilover boy. When I gained my independence, I was like, oh, finally can najwa nongotlonsang chomiaka to KFC. No, yeah, no more am I gonna be the leech that's out here eating a tumble like a Kentucky. From Umganwam Naya, she's also a teenager, but her parents are a lot more generous. Plus, she had like a job as a waitress somewhere. So unang spoiler, and I really didn't mind. Neither, like I would be like, oh, ki gets a skepsele, and she would always buy me Streetwise too. I remember that whole grade 9 year. Yeah, when God has provided for you, like a friend, Streetwise too. When you don't have money because your mama is stingy, why would you want to go for put madlisa now? I can allow madlisa, I can pinjaga, KFC. Why must I go for put madlisa? Unfortunately, in 2023, I don't have a sis madlisa. I don't have friends that are listening me. I don't have any girls that are out here catering to my needs. Now that like I've been abandoned and my mother is like still as stingy as she always have been, but I still have at least the minimum of what my mother gave me. I've been reduced to the status of what I used to be in high school. My mom's never changed. Yeah. And labo put madlesa basang hutela still to this day. School uniform. I'm still too young. Grandshap, I don't even have suntan lotion on my skin because I'm always getting dark. No matter how much I dark the sun, the next day because I'm always working in the sun. And this guy thinks that he's gonna buy me SPF 50. The one that's going to reverse the signs of aging years down the line has to defeat the guy. What do you call this? Suntan lotion. Buka ya geography, buka ya biology, a textbook that I can just put above my hand. Proper. Get a 2 scorching. That's what's good. Standing as on Kenya, guys. Is there nothing of me that displays in the type baby Jake? Yes, that guy was so perverted that he was stop korobotong, right? While Ashala Cherry, hello, and he would still be trying to get you to get inside his car until the dude behind him, when the robot goes green, is like beep beep, and he would get embarrassed because the person would realize that batung there is somebody driving a car trying to holla at a high school girl. That's these guys. No maguno monte move on some move. Please, like this is a kid, leave her alone. They still trying to holla. Is there anybody out here that's like the motorist at the back of baby Jake Matlala, hooting at him to move on because a chick doesn't want you? Why is no man in South Africa standing for me against this dude in America? He's a baby Jake Matlala trying to holla at a girl in school uniform, and I got by so go to this chikoyazi everything that he's into. I know his witchcraft, I know his baby mama drama, I know his many wives, I know the fact that he's not taking care of his children, pap health, I know his HIV, I also know tabarwa loy. Hebatu, This guy, why is nobody in my country trying to let this guy know that you're messing with our women? Who do you think you are? Trying to rock up in the life of a South African woman and think that just because you got dollars to flail in her grill as like a dude from America, that she will just take it? Do you think our women have no standards? One of our most beautiful women, and just go and grab like put her in some little corner. You're a hustler, that's who you are, and you want to go and grab one of our queens? What are you doing? But then again, the only reason why that bugger feels entitled to me is because men in South Africa refuse to recognize me as a queen. You are so abusive, you're so full of gender-based violence that you can't even spot your queens for what they are, to a point where international menaces are out your in these streets trying to take us kankani, because apparently when you're in Africa, you gotta take anything as long as it comes with dollars. For real? Whoa. Somebody hoot at this bugger. Somebody. Haona Santinyana oozing off me that is like hint-worthy, suggest-worthy to this bugaboo in America that he's not in my league. Guys. Is there nothing at all that I'm giving, that I'm oozing, that I am evaporating? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like precipitation, like it's like the water life cycle is about to rain with a thunderstorm. Is there nothing here at all that is like raising up to the heavens, hinting? Is there nothing? Eki uzang lang bora. Let's move to the next part.